Welcome back into Daybreak this morning. It's now 7 o'clock in Sylacauga and most of the surrounding areas. Still 73 degrees outside on this beautiful Thursday morning. If you need some dentistry work, Luma Dentistry, located on 1st Street in Sylacauga, is the place to go. Dr. Kim Dean is the lead dentist there. You can make an appointment at Luma Dentistry by giving them a call at 256-245-5635. That's Luma Dentistry, located on 1st Street here in Sylacauga. Have with my guest this morning on Daybreak, an old friend, and I can say old friend because we're both old. We've known each other for quite some time. Lathan Hudson, an author, a Nashville songwriter, and what have you. I guess you got so many things that can go after you name it that it's really unreal, Lathan. But Lathan graduated from Sylacauga, from B.B. Comer High School. Boys fixing to hit me when I said that. B.B. Comer High School, I'm going to give you a little history on him. In 1961, he went to Troy State. Now, you look at a fellow here that weighed 135 to 140 pounds at Troy State and played safety. Started at safety, graduated in 1966 at Troy State. Lathan, welcome to Daybreak, and it's just a pleasure knowing you.
It's good to see you again, Bob. First of all, let me apologize for not knowing about Susie. Bob lost his mate, and it's the hardest thing a person can do. I learned it from Rooster Grice. I might have told you that, and I want to offer my condolences.
All right, thank you very much. It was sudden, so I appreciate you mentioning that. But Lathan, before we get into this, tell us a little about your family, and I know about your wife. I know you want to talk about your wife. We all have mates that we love.
Bob told me I could talk about whatever I wanted to, and what I just said a while ago led me to what I want to say now. My wife's name is Kathleen. She's known as Katie, and any awards or accolades that Bob and I have, or most anybody, any man, there's usually a wife behind it that's stronger than we are, but they act like they're weaker, but they aren't. Kathleen was born in Massachusetts. I'll give you a little history. Her dad owned a truck stop in Lee, Massachusetts, and one of his frequent morning customers was Norman Rockwell, the artist. And there's a famous painting called "The Runaway," and it was done at his truck stop. Got a picture of it. I don't know if that's going to be too glary, but that's it right there. Anyway, that's The Runaway. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
It done your father-in-law's truck stop.
It was, and Norman would come in there and eat breakfast, drink coffee, and they would talk. That area was a place for artists, by the way. Katie went to work at the Space Center in 1990, and she retired in 2010. And we have one son, Hud, and he lost his wife 3 years ago. So that's why we're here now, not in Florida or Nashville. I left Nashville in '96. We had an estate sale, sold everything we owned, and we bought 2 campers, and we were going to camp around the United States. So, but we ended up in Calmuggy Gristmill. And my wife and my son loved it so much, I think that's where we're going to be from now on,
That's good.
And I love it there too. We can fish and do it. Bob's been out there a bunch of times.
Wow.
But I wanted to say that, and anyway.
Well,
can I show a picture here? I'm sorry. This is a picture of my wife, by the way.
Okay.
And an award she won at the Space Center They give like 7 every year of 30,000 people that work there for NASA. And she won one of the awards. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of her.
Lathan, you have written, what, 3 books, 4 books, a bunch of books.
I'm in my fifth one.
Your latest is Things That Go Trump in the Night, and that's available from Lathan and some of the bookstores around. And I don't want to get too political this morning. I know you have one of your songs that's very entertaining. But let's back up to when you decided to go to Nashville. Tell us about how you got to Nashville in 1976?
I did, yeah. I'd been going up there every chance I could get. On a rainy day, I would work construction to see what Music Row is all about. And I met Chris Christopherson and his keyboard player, Donnie Fritz. And they got me my first hearing in Nashville. And I got on fire to go. And my wife and I would ride down the highway on 65, and she'd say, let's go to Nashville. And I said, okay. And then we'd laugh about it, and it wouldn't happen. She went to Louisiana one weekend to visit her folks. I went out of town. When I came back, everything was packed up. She said, we're going to Nashville. I mean, I was sleeping on boxes till she got back. And that's how we got to Nashville.
Tell us about your softball experience in the songwriting business.
In what capacity? I'm sorry.
Yeah, about you kept some of your jobs because you're a good softball player.
Yeah, I was writing for different companies and as a freelance writer, and the big thing is to be a staff writer. And I finally signed with Tree Publishing and as a staff writer, but Pete invented the talking steel guitar, and he taught Peter Frampton how to do the guitar part. That's where you talk and play through the guitar. Anyway, Pete had a softball team, and they told him I was a pretty good player, so he hired me as a songwriter so I could coach his teams and play for his teams. He was producing B.J. Thomas at the time, and B.J. and I became pretty good friends. We played a lot of golf together, and I coached the softball teams, and consequently, B.J. recorded 14 of my songs. I wrote 8 of them with his wife, Gloria. So
yeah, you wrote one called "New Looks from an Old Lover," and you still getting money from that song today.
It buys me a hamburger every now and then. That was B.J.'s last #1 song, by the way. I'm proud to say that in a way, but in a way I'm sure he's not, But he's not. Anyway, he's doing all right. I wrote it with his wife Gloria and a friend of mine named Red Lane. Red's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and she called me from Texas and she said, B.J. just walked down the stairs and it was a look I hadn't seen in a long time. She said it was a new look from an old love. Like, she said, is there a song idea in that? I said, I think so. So she came to Nashville and we wrote the song.
I was going to ask you where you got your ideas for your song, but I think you just told me where you got some of them.
That was where that idea came from.
You want to pick up your guitar over there, and we'll get into some of the songs. And okay. While you're doing that, if you can put your guitar and talk about, of all the people that I've met, you can do more name calling of famous people, whether they're musicians or football coaches and things like this. Just go down with some of the, do some name calling.
Okay, name dropping, I think is what he's trying to say. Through Red Lane, my friend, that we wrote a lot of songs together. Red wrote the John Connolly song called Miss Emily's Picture. He wrote Think I'll Keep On Falling in Love Till I Get It Right for Tammy Wynette, and it was a B-side of Kenny Rogers' The Gambler. He got me invited to the Darrell Royal Willie Nelson golf tournament in Houston, Texas. And I played out there several years. They would fly us out there and pick us up in a shuttle bus, take us to the Houston Country Club, And for a week, we were treated like royalty. And they were the millionaires that were there that were sponsoring as a Boy Scout. It was for the Boy Scout charity. And the millionaires that were there, I met a lot of people like, what's that crazy quarterback from the, Terry Bradshaw was there. One of my friends became a friend. He passed away. All my friends are passing. It's Scatman
Don't
Crothers.
look at me when you say that.
I promise you. You remember Scatman Crothers?
I sure do.
You know, he played in The Shining and then the Train movie. Played in Death Trap. But I shot pool with him all night one night. I'll tell you a quick story. This lady, she watched us. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. And she stood in the corner, was watching him. She was just enamored with him. Finally, she got enough nerve to walk over and talk to him. And she said, I've seen every movie you've ever been in. And she started naming them off, and there were about 20 that she named. And she said, could I have your autograph, Scout Man?
Scout Man.
He gave her his autograph, and when she walked off, he said, Lathan, she doesn't even knows my name.
Yeah. You want to start and
Sure.
give us a little rendition or tell us about why you sing a song or how you got this song?
Yeah, this is this guitar coming through?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm not a player. I just learned enough chords to write songs. Not a singer, but you'll figure that one out. This song is, I wrote it quite a while ago with a friend of mine named Hayes Carter, and I couldn't figure out how to get the couple that I wrote about from young to old, so I added a little part to it, and here's the way it goes. From the back seat of my daddy's car, I fumbled with the buttons on your blouse. If all is fair in love and war, we'd do anything that love allows. I've loved you since I've known you. We were almost to the point of giving in. And I remember clearly how your words sent chill bumps running across my skin. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, it's a feeling I've never felt before. My heart is pounding madly like a tidal wave upon some distant shore. I can promise you a lifetime. If you need to take me now, I won't say no. But anything worth waiting for when love is pure is worth its weight in gold. At the altar when you took my ring, my heart was beating hard inside my chest. That kiss you gave meant everything, and then you whispered later for the rest. May God bless our time together, even though the road ahead be short or long. And I'll cherish every moment in this life we have until our time is gone. Life goes by so swiftly, time will not stand still. I have loved you always, and I always will. Sitting on the porch swing, holding hands the way we did when we were young. You still make me want to sing every love song every singer ever sung. Those children playing in the yard are the reason for the seasons of our lives. And I'm still in awe at how your words from long ago have stood the test of time. When you said, if you're feeling what I'm feeling, it's a feeling I've never felt before. My heart is pounding madly like a tidal wave upon some distant shore. I can promise you a lifetime. If you need to take me now, I won't say no. But anything worth waiting for when love is pure is worth its weight in gold. In gold. It's worth its weight in gold. And that's how that song.
That is very, very good.
Thank you, Bob. It means a lot.
Tear in my eye.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm sorry. I mean that.
You got a song about this moment never happens again or something like that. You know the one I'm talking about? Now never happens again, or
Yeah.
can you do that one?
Yeah, we can. So. Let's see. The porch swing is squeaking, and the night is like it should be. The stars in the skies are putting on a show for you and me. I've got a lot of words to say, if only I knew how. There may be another morning, there won't be another now. Is that it? We were kids together, I've loved you all the years I've known you. With hungry eyes I watched you as your young body has outgrown you. Something deep inside of me makes me want to show you how. There may be another morning, there won't be another now. I love you, I want you, I need you. Can't you feel it? If you don't give your love to me, I just might have to steal it. Your eyes hold a secret. I love the look they're using. There's a certain look of innocence is fighting lust and losing. And suddenly the oak tree disappears and the willow starts to bow. There may be another morning, there won't be another now. You're the one that I've been waiting for, there won't be another now. Another now, there won't be another now. Is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.
I love it. While you're sitting there thinking about your next song, we're going to do another one. We're just going to do all the songs you can think about this morning. But every, Tuesday night out at Calmuggy, you want to talk about it. Y'all have a get-together out at the Calmuggy Grist Mill, and I got a stage out there in a nice facility that you and Cabot Barden and a few more of them. Tell us about it.
Actually, the genesis of that was my son started it. He brings every Tuesday afternoon. He brings all of his equipment up and sets it up. It started out with about 4 or 5 people, and now there's as many as 35 to 50 people come, and they have fish fry, and they have hamburgers last week, and they'll have alternating hamburgers and fish fries. But why they have so many fish is because my son's name is Hud, and Ron Smith, the old game warden that runs the place, they go fishing and they catch 80 to 90 stripe, and they clean them the next day, and they got fish. Anytime you want fish, you come out there.
Is there a charge, or is it just?
Yeah, you can donate. You can come out there. If you don't have any money, you can eat. If you do have a few dollars, you can drop a couple of dollars in the bucket. And
Not a money-making job for you.
no, what it is, we had a friend that had cancer, and one of the weeks we donated the money to him, or him and his wife, because it defrays some of the expenses of her going to Birmingham, But anyway, they play good music. I mean, they have banjos, mandolins, guitars, upright basses, and guitars, steel guitars, and singers, keyboard players.
That's every Tuesday night. Yeah. Just about every Tuesday.
It is almost every Tuesday night. Anybody can get up and sing. Even Bob can get up and sing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It'd be a lot of fun.
I can do all right at talking, but singing something. Hey, let's get on. You've got one song that I know you want to perform, and it's your new song that you've done, and it's "Have You No Shame."
Yeah, I've added something to that.
It's the only political song that I think we're going to allow today.
Probably the only one I've ever written. It says, let me remember the first part. Hillary Dumpty sat on a wall. Hillary Dumpty had a great fall. Pelosi and Nadler's shimmering ship followed like lemmings and jumped off a cliff. Have you no shame? You're killing our nation. Have you no shame? You're bringing her down. She is my friend. She's God's own creation. You left such a stain on her precious name. Have you no shame? Have you no shame? The whole world is watching. Everyone knows what you have done. There once was a time when we all prayed together. He's listening up there. There's still time for prayer. Have you no shame? Your name is in ink on the paper you swore to defend. Now you think you own the big house that you represent. Have you no shame? You're killing our nation. Have you no shame? You're bringing her down. Hillary Dumpty sat on a wall. Hillary Dumpty had a great fall. Pelosi, Schumer, and Nadler and Schiff followed like lemmings and jumped off a cliff. That's it.
Enjoyed that little.
I'll probably get letters.
Little politics this morning, and think about one more you can do, and we're going to talk about the.
I got one more, but
we're going to talk about the B.B. Comer golf tournament while you think about the one more you want to do. But Randy Kane and Billy Hawthorne have working on the golf tournament for Saturday at the Sylacauga Country Club. It's a 4-man scramble, and if you're a golfer, you don't need to explain that to you. It's $100 per person, $400 per team. If you want to pay more, they'd love to have it. It's going for equipment and items for the B.B. Comer athletic deal. But 9 o'clock at the Country Club. If you got any questions, you can call Billy at Billy Hawthorne at 267-2810. Or Randy Kane at 256-347-1035. If you don't do anything else, you need to go out and see this guy. This gentleman here hit a golf ball. He's left-handed. He winds up. He looks like Warren Spahn or somebody fixing to throw a baseball. He really winds up, and he can hit a golf ball to be his age, and a really good golf player. But
let me return that compliment real quick. Bob Green is one of the best golfers I've played with in a long time, and he played in that tournament with me 2 years ago. If you remember, me, you, and Rooster, and Buddy Simpkins.
Yeah. But Lathan, we got time enough for about a 4 or 5 minute song if you want to get it in. And
I got one I want to play for you, and I want to dedicate it to Bob. And
well, let's. I don't know about the personal stuff.
well, let's
let it roll and see what you got. We've been friends for a long time, and
it's one of my favorite songs. I wrote it a long time ago with my buddy Hayes Carter. He's always come up with quirky little tricks on the guitar. I can't do them, but I'll try. I saw a friend of mine standing out in the field one night, and he was smiling, looking up at the sky, and I wondered why he could be smiling, because he just lost the love of his life, and her name was Jamie. I walked out and asked him. He said, "Listen to the night, Jamie's calling me. Her soft words touch my face like a summer breeze. Just before Jamie had to go, I heard her whisper she loves me so. I didn't cry when they took my Jamie from me. Jamie swore she'd never leave me. She knew I couldn't make it on my own. So at night I hear her calling my name, just to let me know I won't be alone without my Jamie, without my Jamie, without my Jamie. And then he said, don't shed another tear for me now, my old friend. 'Cause Jamie's gonna be here till the very end. See those stars up in the skies, how they sparkle like Jamie's eyes. At night I hear her laughter in the wind. Jamie swore she'd never leave me. She knew I couldn't make it on my own. So at night I hear her calling my name, just to let me know I won't be alone without my Jamie, without my Jamie. I love my Jamie. Listen to the night, Jamie's calling me. Sorry about the picking.
Lathan, very good.
Thank you.
You're a friend. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming out this morning, and
You're a good friend, and I appreciate it.
I wish you luck Saturday in the golf tournament. Hope you have a.
If you want to play in my place, you can. If you can't,
No, I don't want to play.
you.
I hadn't hit a golf ball in a year, but this is what was the Norman Rockwell deal and the painting and just stuff that you've never mentioned before. This is the third or fourth program that I've seen. This is his wife, Katie, at the
Kennedy Space Center.
At the Kennedy Space Center. He's got a long history, and I can tell you, if you need some type of program for your civic club, for any type of club, I've seen him do 4 different shows now, including this one, and 3 performances, one on a Saturday night at the museum, one for my record club in Birmingham, and every time he comes out and puts on a performance, it's a different show with a different deal, different entertainment. Lathan Hudson, I really like enjoying it.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you very much.